Hello everyone, my name is Tom, and Twitter has been a thing that has been the bane of my existence as a content creator for a long time because it seems like no matter what I do, no matter how much I tweet, no matter how awesome my tweets are, because they're pretty awesome, it seems like I can never really gain a following on Twitter the way that some of my peers of similar size have been able to. I've been pretty much stuck at the 2.3 thousand mark for about 3 years now, I think since the pandemic started, and it hasn't really gone up. If anything, it goes down once in a while, so that's kind of been the bane of my existence. So of course, to some degree, I am kind of reveling in the fact that Twitter is dying as a platform, or at least becoming more of a garbage fire by the day, because now I don't have to put as much of my self-worth into my lack of success on the platform. However, once in a while, I do have a rare W. Making such a simple comparison is apparently enough to get almost 1,000 likes and a lot of interactions. Now, as I thank the Academy for this rare Twitter W that has been bestowed upon me, though I do have to credit that the activation, the sleeper agent inside me that didn't see this until now, was activated by a friend of mine, Twitch streamer Milky Puff, talking about how Star vs. the Forces of Evil, which is a cartoon that was on Disney XD. For those of you who do not know, it was a very successful cartoon. It is part of the reason why I have a career in animation. Wait, that sounds a little bit... I don't have a career in animation, I have a career in talking about animation. Let's be very clear about that. There are real animators, real talented artists who are out here working in animation. I'm not one of them, I just talk for a living. And part of the reason I'm able to do that is because of Star vs. the Forces of Evil. And Milky Puff was sharing on her Instagram about how much it impacted her personally, and how the reason why a lot of her emotes on Twitch have the devil horns is because of Star Butterfly. And then I said, wait a minute, you know who else has devil horns? Who doesn't look too unsimilar from Star Butterfly? Power from Chainsaw Man. Now, why this tweet specifically blew up, I have no idea. I make plenty of incredible tweets, which is why you should follow me at TommyPQM if you haven't already. But this one, for whatever reason, it just hit the right moment in the algorithm. There were people in the industry who were responding to it. Adam McArthur responded to it, who is the voice of Marco Diaz in Star vs., but that's not that surprising considering he follows me. I saw the dub voice actor for Power liked it, which is greatly appreciated. But despite the fact that it is rare that a tweet goes viral for me, it does happen, and when it happens, there's always a point where the reaction, the engagement, and the discourse goes into a different direction. No matter how positive or lighthearted or innocent the original post may seem, Twitter is a garbage fire website and will always find a way to rain on the parade. So, of course, there were plenty of people who started responding with the fact that the ending of Star vs. the Forces of Evil, it can be interpreted, probably in bad faith, but it's not an entirely unfair interpretation to say that Star kinda committed genocide. It's essentially like, oh, she wants to, I don't even remember, bro. It has been so long since I watched Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and honestly, the finale was kinda mid. I wasn't that big of a fan of the finale. I don't even remember what happened. I remember it was kinda eyebrow raising and be like, huh, okay, that's a direction to take it. I remember it was rushed, it wasn't that satisfying, and it definitely left a lot to be desired. I'm assuming because the story got cut short. I did hear shortly after the end of Star vs. the Forces of Evil that Darren Aronofsky did want to do more, and it was more on Disney than the creators. So it makes sense that maybe the finale didn't make total sense. But my perspective is the fact that it was a long-running show. It had multiple seasons. It had plenty of seasons. It was a show that, for people like my friend Milky Puff, was very impactful. It made a lot of people very happy. It was a lighthearted show for the most part. Was the ending kind of weird? Yes, it was. You don't gotta throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's very similar to the criticisms against Steven Universe, but I think that those criticisms are even more unfounded because the idea that Steven forgave the diamonds is a very big stretch if you've ever actually watched Steven Universe and Steven Universe Future. But essentially, my takeaway this entire time was there was no reason to bring that up in this tweet. There was no reason, and I said this explicitly, Star vs. Truthers, calm down. It may be a foreign concept to some of you, but we're all just having fun. This was just a fun, lighthearted post about, hey, these characters look similar. That's all it was. I wasn't trying to be like, yo guys, listen, Star vs. the Forces of Evil is an infallible masterpiece. It was perfect. Nothing with it was wrong. There was no issues in the writing or anything. It was a perfect show. I never said that. I never claimed that. Nowhere in this post do I come even close to implying that. It was just a fun little joke. And I also made this meme that seemed like some people were kind of misinterpreting to think that I was saying, yeah, Star Butterfly did genocide, which I've already expressed my take here on what that is. But it really just comes down to the fact that, please, people on the internet, just be normal. Like, a big thing in the next year of making content as we come up on 2023 is I've spent like the last, how long has it been? What, 5-6 years that I've been with the Roundtable? I was 19, I'm 25 now. Okay, it's been 6 years. The biggest thing that I feel has weighed me down in trying to make content for the Roundtable and also just in general is the fact that a lot of times I just want to have fun. Like, I'm a YouTuber. Part of that comes with the responsibility of like saying things concisely and doing my research and coming up with interesting ideas to talk about. But at the end of the day, I also just want to entertain people. I want to have fun doing what I'm doing. Just not take things so seriously. Just be like, hey, let's talk about Star vs. the Forces of Evil without anybody bringing up genocide. Nobody needed to bring that up. Why are you bringing that up? Nobody asked you. But this just kind of really embodied my attitude with making content and talking about this stuff moving forward. Because, like, listen, I know I can be serious. I can cover the serious things in animation, in cartoons, in stories, in fiction, in the real world even. But listen, bro, I became a YouTuber because I want to be an entertainer. I want to entertain people. I want to have fun. Let's just joke about the fact that maybe Power from Chainsaw Man is Star Butterfly because they look kind of similar. Let's just make a joke about that. And for the most part, people were on board with that. For the most part, everyone was kind of just having fun, but there were just a select few people. And you might be like, come on, dude, it's not that big of a deal. But, like, listen, bro, I'm deep in this. I'm brain fried in this. And the thing is there's so many people where if you mention Steven Universe, if you mention Star vs. the Forces of Evil, they'll find a way to work themselves into a shoot and shoehorn their way into the conversation and be like, by the way, Steven Universe forgave Nazis. Is that so? Is that so? Did you watch the show? Because that didn't happen. Star Butterfly did genocide, and that one, even giving you the charity of saying, okay, that is what happened, there's a whole show before that. Like, we can just acknowledge the ending wasn't good. But the rest of the show meant a lot to a lot of people. Meant a lot to people who I'm friends with, meant a lot to me, honestly. And I mean, that's all that matters sometimes. And that's all I really gotta say about it.